If the Bureau is going to send an informant in, the informant's going to be wired. And if the Bureau is monitoring telephone calls, there's going to be a transcript of that. But they haven't been made public. And I think one in particular it has the potential to actually persuade people. There is some information in these transcripts that I think has the potential to be a game changer if it's ever made public.
And possibly even get Democrats to pay attention. And maybe it has something to do with George Papadopoulos. Former Oversight Chair Trey Gowdy claimed the FBI withheld potential game-changer evidence from the FISA court during the Russia probe. What could that be? Let's ask someone who might just know. He is on the House Oversight Committee, GOP member, Congressman Mark Meadows. Congressman, I'm sure you saw that. You know Trey Gowdy. What does he mean?
Well, he's a real serious chairman and actually has seen some documents that actually I have not seen, but we have come to the same conclusion, and that is, indeed, George Papadopoulos was actually taped and recorded, and those interviews, actually, there are records of those. And I think what happens is, in my conversations with Mr. Papadopoulos and others, when that comes out, when the president declassifies that, I think the American people will be astonished to see that not only was it going on, and the president was right that he was actually taped and recorded, but other than that is he was not colluding with the Russians, and they knew this very early on. And so that could be the game changer that Trey is referring to.
Right, but they just destroyed his life and put him in jail for 12 days. But that's no big deal. It's only George Papadopoulos, right? It's only a person, an American citizen. Now, I'm just wondering, Ambassador Downer happens to meet him in a bar. Could he possibly have been wearing a wire? Joseph Mifsid's got Russian ties. Does he really have Russian ties? Because the Mueller report says he does, but there's no proof he does. The guy's from Malta, living in London.
Well, I mean, when you look at the narrative that is out there, there's a whole lot of suggestions that the professor, as we call him, had Western intelligence ties. That's supported in a number of other areas, especially from his Italian connections. Additionally, when we start to look at this, it's not just with Mr. Downer and the professor, but it's also a lot of the operation that went on even after that. So before July 31st of 2016, when the investigation opened, we know that there was some improper activities going on, and after, certainly there were, and I believe that Attorney General Barr is very serious at getting to the bottom of it.
Last 10 seconds. The president's just got to declassify and let it go out there. Do you think the delay is almost over?
I think the delay's over. I think the president is serious. I've spoken to him recently, and I think declassification is right around the corner, and hopefully the American people will be able to judge for themselves.
Comey and Brennan are already turning on each other, as well as James Baker is trying to cover his own tracks. This thing is changing quickly. Congressman, thanks so much.